Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with pros and cons of living in New Zealand. Before we dive into this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got? I've reacted to maybe 1 or 2 videos about New Zealand, but I've been more so on Australian content, but I do want to know a little bit more about New Zealand.
Yo, what is up everyone? We got a super special episode for you today. Today we're going to go over the top 5 best things about New Zealand and 5 things to watch out for.
Are they twins? They're twins, huh? You got that all black. Shout out to the all blacks. The monsters over there. Alright, keep it.
Yeah,
They're
so
twins.
let's go check things out.
That's awesome. Peter and Yin.
So the perspective of this video is going to be from me, and I've grown up in New Zealand watching the All Blacks play. I've lived in Wellington, right now we live in Auckland, and so obviously there's going to be a little bit of bias because, you know, I do love this country, but at the same time I'm going to be as truthful and as honest as possible so you guys will know all the things to watch out for if you want to live here too. Let's go.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
So obviously one of the best things about New Zealand is definitely the nature. Let's go take an aerial shot. We're only a couple of minutes out from the city now.
That's incredible, bro. Wow. Is there just something about drones and aerial shots that, and I'm not, that just make any and everywhere look beautiful? Because when I see these aerial shots from drones, like, I'm like, that's absolutely gorgeous. Like, no matter what country it is, I'm like, that's gorgeous, that's beautiful, that's phenomenal, that's incredible. It makes just these aerial shots, these drones, the view from up there made just, I made things so much is incredible, or everywhere is incredible.
Whether it's beaches, a little bit of tramping, or just the outdoors in general really excites you, if that's the best thing that you love, then you definitely need to put New Zealand on your bucket list because nature here is just beautiful. Whether it's the geysers in Rotorua or the best one-day tramps or some little bit of skiing, it's different from wherever you go. There's also a great sense of community here in New Zealand. Everyone does their part to keep this country nice, clean and green. And if you're a citizen of New Zealand, you get free healthcare, you get free education. It's just a good place to grow up. If you're not as fortunate as others in New Zealand, the government does try and take care of you, which I think is a great thing. And there are so many different cultures in New Zealand as well. And
you could, hey, all you gotta do is stop at free healthcare, free education. Hold up, New Zealand, New Zealand. I like it. I love it. I need some more of it. I'm about ready to come down. You got me about ready to come down, my guy.
I think all of them generally get along really well. One of the other awesome things about having so many different cultures in New Zealand is that you get access to so many different varieties of food. Massive plus. Yo guys, we're currently here at Auckland Boys Grammar. This is where the legendary All Black Doug Howlett went as well, and it's also where I went to school. So why are schools in the pro bracket? Well, in New Zealand, you're not just encouraged to be an athlete or a sports star or an academic, you're kind of encouraged to chase your own dream. And that's one of the awesomest things that you can have, especially when you're growing up. So massive plus. And New Zealand schools are ranked the top 20 in the world.
Absolutely love that. You're encouraged to chase your own dream. And I feel like, know what I'm saying? You only get one life. So whatever dreams you have, you should go after them with everything you've got. So it's an encouragement to chase dreams. It's huge.
You're growing up. So massive plus. And New Zealand schools are ranked the top 20 in the world. Just another reason to raise your family here.
I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it.
Another great thing about New Zealand, it's super safe. It's ranked among the 7th safest place in the world to live, and also there's not many critters that can hurt you. The worst you might get is a bee sting or a whitetail sting. So, live in a nice, comfortable, bubble-wrapped environment right over here. Massive thumbs up. And finally, the biggest plus of New Zealand is definitely the people. Whether it's the humor, wanna go straight? Nah, I'm good. Or whether it's just because you want to get your dick built out in the back, beer is an acceptable form.
For a second, I said, what did he say? What? Your deck. You want to get your deck built out, and okay. I was confused for a second. I was confused for a quick second.
Or whether it's just because you want to get your deck built out in the back, beer is an acceptable form of payment here in New Zealand. Everyone is generally nice to each other, and I love that about this place. So that wraps up all the great things about New Zealand, but before you buy your ticket over here, let's go check out some of the things that you might need to watch out for if you're coming to New Zealand as well.
Show me the cons, because after the pros, I'm about ready to pack my bags and give y'all a visit. It sounds absolutely phenomenal so far. It sounds incredible. People, community, education, following your dreams, nature, safety. I hear nothing wrong. So let's jump into these cons.
Guys, the biggest thing to watch out for if you're coming to New Zealand is that it can be a little bit expensive. I dedicated a whole episode to that. I'll leave the link down in the description below. But yeah, whether you're coming here as a tourist or if you're coming here to live, it will cost you a little bit of money for food, for accommodation, and for tourist activities as well. And now that leads on to the second thing. And the second thing is, we're pretty far from the rest of the world. We're only a small country. It takes 3 hours to get to Australia and about 8 to 10 hours to get to the rest of Asia Pacific.
I thought they were a little closer to Australia, to be honest. It takes 3 hours to get to Australia, 8 hours to get to Asia, he said?
Country, it takes 3 hours to get to Australia and about 8 to 10 hours to get to the rest of Asia Pacific.
Yeah, y'all out on the island out there.
That's pretty far away.
That
it's
is
really far away.
Which also means a lot of the flights that you're getting into New Zealand are going to be transitioning in a different country. There are some direct flights, but they're a lot harder to find and they're often more expensive. But once you get here, it certainly is beautiful.
One of the biggest things to watch out for in New Zealand is definitely the weather. In autumn, spring, and winter, you can have all 4 seasons in a day. And in summer, you need to learn to slip, slop, slap. Put on your hat, put a little bit of sunscreen on, otherwise you're gonna get burnt. And you don't want none of that, it's gonna ruin your whole holiday. The sun's really potent here in summer. You can burn in a couple of minutes. Stay sun smart.
Can't have it. But I would have known that sun. Because in Australia, that sun is blazing, so it only makes sense in New Zealand as well.
Another thing to watch out for in New Zealand is definitely the public transport. Though in big city centres, it has gotten a lot better over the years. If you're going out from the city centres, it's generally a lot harder to get the transportation that you need to get to the places. So you're not going to have easy access to buses, you're not going to have easy access to trains. If you're going to go to a tourist spot, you're definitely going to want to do a little bit of planning beforehand to find out where your best routes are.
That makes sense.
Yo, so one of the things about living in New Zealand is that relatively compared to the rest of the world, the cities are pretty small. So if you're not into hanging out with friends, playing sports, or into nature, well, if you're searching for that big city vibe, this isn't going to be the place for you. But then again, that is a pro and a con. So, you know, a lot of people are actually looking to get away from it all. And if that's you, then this is your place.
Yeah, I never liked the big city vibe. I never liked all the traffic, all the everything that came with it. I'm not a big city guy. Small city guy for sure. Small city. I'm not saying rural country guy. I'm saying small city guy.
Personally, I couldn't think of a better country to live in than New Zealand. Every single time we're overseas, I always get homesick. But hopefully I gave you guys enough knowledge to make up your own minds. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you on plenty more episodes about New Zealand and food. Catch ya.
Absolutely love that. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon, drop it in the comment section, or in the description section is your premium request link. It's your boy D Neal. Out.